The enormous Starship rocket launched by SpaceX successfully fulfilled a crucial test for Elon Musk's plans to colonize Mars. The 120-meter rocket, which can generate 7.5 million kilograms of thrust, or nearly double that of NASA's Space Launch System, is the largest and most potent spacecraft ever constructed. As the countdown to the SpaceX Starship launch began, anticipation hung in the air, with viewers around the world eagerly awaiting the historic moment when humanity would take another step towards the stars. SpaceX cameras were trained on the sleek, futuristic spacecraft, yet minutes into the launch, something unexpected caught the attention of eagle-eyed viewers: a mysterious object, elongated and cigar-shaped, hovering in the distance against the backdrop of our planet. At first, it seemed like a trick of the light or a stray piece of debris drifting through the void. But as the object came into frame, its unmistakable form became clear, with many eyewitnesses saying that it was a cigar-shaped UFO, defying the laws of physics and challenging the boundaries of human understanding. For those who witnessed the spectacle firsthand, the sight was both mesmerizing and unsettling, a stark reminder of the mysteries that lurk beyond the edge of human perception. As the UFO glided silently through the frame, casting a shadow of intrigue and speculation over the livestream, viewers were left to ponder the nature of this mysterious visitor from the cosmos. The image was shared to social media groups that look into unexplained objects, as is the case with many of these sightings, and many of the users concurred that it was a UFO in the shape of a cylinder. UFO enthusiasts have postulated that cylinder-shaped UFOs might be unmanned aerial vehicles or probes dispatched by extraterrestrial societies to scrutinize and analyze Earth. This idea suggests that these sophisticated spacecraft might be outfitted with sensors and devices that allow them to collect information about our planet and its people without having to make direct contact with us. According to a different notion, cylinder-shaped UFOs might be interdimensional beings that can travel great distances through space-time. Proponents of this hypothesis speculate that these vessels might come from alternate dimensions or parallel universes where the laws of physics are different from our own, enabling technological and engineering marvels beyond our wildest dreams. As the livestream continued, the UFO remained a silent and mysterious presence, hovering on the edge of the frame like a spectre from another world. Its smooth, metallic surface gleamed in the light of the sun, reflecting the majesty and wonder of the cosmos that stretched out before it. In the aftermath of the SpaceX Starship launch, the sighting of the cigar-shaped UFO sparked a flurry of discussion and debate among researchers and enthusiasts alike. Some dismissed it as a mere anomaly or optical illusion, while others saw it as compelling evidence of extraterrestrial visitation and the existence of advanced civilizations beyond our own. In addition to this sighting, there have been numerous other reports of cylinder-shaped UFOs spanning decades and continents. Witnesses describe seeing these mysterious craft hovering silently in the sky, their smooth metallic surfaces gleaming in the light of the sun or moon. One such sighting occurred in 1976 over the skies of Tehran, Iran, when two Iranian Air Force jets encountered a cylinder-shaped UFO while on a routine training flight. On September 19, 1976, just after midnight, worried individuals started to report to the Shah-Roki Air Force Base about odd lights they saw over Tehran. Everyone would describe seeing an intensely bright light moving overhead, and it was described in one report as being similar to a helicopter with a searchlight. Eventually, reports of sightings made their way up the command structure to General Yousefi, the deputy commander of operations. At first, he didn't seem concerned and claimed that the sightings were stars. He would still converse with the control tower at Mehrabad International Airport, as they had also seen some odd behavior. Given this, Yousefi would investigate further. He was no longer quite so certain that the occurrence was the product of the public's active imagination. When he did, he saw an item moving in a way that was obviously intelligently controlled while also moving of its own volition. It was also significantly bigger and brighter than a star. An F-4 Phantom II jet fighter would be scrambled, with his approval. Captain Mohammad Reza Azizkhani was in the air over Tehran by 1:30 in the morning, and within a minute, the pilot was 70 miles from the scene. However, he stated that the mysterious light was so bright that he could clearly see the object in front of him. He kept moving in its direction, determined to make the intercept. Nevertheless, the jet's defense, guidance, and communication systems all failed when he was 25 miles away. In light of this, Azizkhani decided to withdraw and head back to base. His systems all returned to normal very immediately after he started doing so. Yousefi ordered the scrambling of another fighter jet after Azizkhani's forced return. Lieutenants Parviz Jafari and Jalal Demirian, the pilots on this occasion, were scheduled to launch their F-4 into the night sky around 1:40. The object, which the plane's radar suggested was the size of a Boeing passenger aircraft, quickly came into view as it was traveling at a speed of nearly 170 miles per hour. However, as soon as they were 30 miles away, it started to move. The cushion between the F-4 and the UFO remained intact the entire time they were in the sky. The flashing lights, which alternated between blue, green, red, and orange, seemed to follow a set pattern, but the sequence moved so quickly that every color appeared simultaneously to the human eye. Unexpectedly, a second item broke apart from the primary unidentified craft and started moving towards the jet. Instinctively, Jafari would push to fire a Sidewinder missile, but as he did, he discovered that everything was offline. His ejector seat broke down as well. After he turned his jet away from the object, it withdrew and returned to the main craft. The jet's instruments came back to life at the same moment. The two pilots saw another secondary item depart the main craft as they continued on their mission. The pilots thought it might be a missile because of how quickly it was dropping. As everyone prepared to witness the spectacular crash below, the craft abruptly but gently came to a stop. It hung parallel to or slightly above the Earth, and the two pilots reported that the craft's illumination extended 2 miles in all directions. Interestingly, a witness on the scene would support Jafari and Demirian's story. The landing spot is near the Ray oil refinery on the fringes of Iran. The pilots flew over it and noted that every time they passed overhead, there was interference with their communications. Eventually, they would arrive at Mehrabad Airport with their aircraft. A cylinder-shaped craft with lights on each end and a flashing light in the middle came into view as they got closer to the landing strip. It would keep going overhead and then vanish as the F-4 landed and came to a stop. It would interfere with the navigation system of the aircraft in a similar way to how the other unusual items had. Moreover, the two pilots were having difficulty readjusting their vision after staring into the blindingly brilliant lights of the alien vehicles. The two military pilots would receive similar sighting reports from a civilian aircraft that was also landing at Mehrabad. In addition to the brilliant light directly below them and the glowing radius it emitted, their communications momentarily stopped working as they flew overhead. After the city had come to light, a search team would take off towards the location where the separated vessel was said to have landed. They did hear a loud beeping nearby, but they could locate no indication that the craft had landed. In the decades since the incident, the Tehran UFO has remained a topic of fascination and speculation among ufologists and enthusiasts. Books have been written, documentaries produced, and investigations conducted in an effort to unravel the truth behind the mysterious encounter. Yet, despite these efforts, the mystery of the Tehran UFO endures.